Okay, everyone, welcome back. This is the AP World History Essay Writing DBQ module for essay format. So the purpose of this video lesson is to focus on how the outline is how the essay is structured, right? The outline of an essay. And this is very important. I hope you're able to utilize this in even other essay writing classes. Okay. First, obviously, is the introduction. That's your first paragraph. And you initially start with context, right? This places the thesis within its larger global historical context, right? And it connects to the thesis, the place, the setting, the time, especially the situation. That's about 3 or 4 sentences. Your thesis. This is the answer to the question. This is your argument for the prompt. And you must provide 3 specific answers. Remember, you're writing an essay, not telling a story. So your thesis must address all parts of the question and stay within the specified time period. And it's important when you're developing your thesis to take a position. Don't be wishy-washy with your answers. It could have been this, it might have been this, it was probably this. Don't go that route. Be specific and be bold. Okay, and then the last thing is your argument development. This is the organizational path of your essay. This is where you make connections between your answers. All 3 answers answer the same prompt. So there's a connection between them. And that's what's explained in the argument development. This is part of the analysis. If you'll remember from the points module, your analysis must be throughout the essay. So here are the connections between your answers placed within the introduction. And then you provide a reason for each answer in your body paragraphs. And you'll see that coming up. All right. Your first body paragraph is answer 1. And you must start with the topic sentence. This is where you introduce your first answer, connecting it to the thesis and the question. This is very important. If you don't have a topic sentence, then all of this evidence that you see here that comes after that won't have an answer to apply to. So then you can't get credit for any of the evidence. You must have a topic sentence for your body paragraphs. Then you list 3 different documents and the specific information from those documents, right? You want to, as you interpret these documents, you have to explain the specific causes or factors from the documents that support your answer. And notice I put explain information with first document number and using parenthetical documentation. It's not necessarily the first document that's given to you. All that means is that it's the first document that you're using. So it might be document 5 that you're using to support your first answer. So you would cite that source in parentheses by using doc 5. Don't write, in document 5, it says this. You don't want to do that because it's a waste of time and a waste of space. And time and space is very valuable. You don't want to waste any of those, okay? Just simply explain what's in the document as your evidence and then put doc 5 at the end of that. And you always want to do HIP analysis after each document. HIP, if you'll remember from the points essay, this is historical context, intended audience, purpose, and point of view. It's also okay to include the occasion to make it like a HIPPO analysis because the occasion can definitely influence the tone of a document. So you'll do that for each document as well, and you want to keep the information from each document together. So, for example, you see where it says explain the information with the first doc number and the parenthetical documentation, and then include the HIP analysis of that particular document. Okay? You want to give credit to your source, accurately explaining the purpose and the point of view from the author, and that's done immediately after using the document as evidence. So you want to keep those together. After you use 3 documents to support your answer, then you have specific outside evidence. If you'll remember from the points module, this is where you find information that is detailed, it is specific, it is bold, it is direct, and it supports your answer. You just can't find it in the documents. There's lots of evidence out there that could support answers to different prompts. But not all of them are always in the documents. That would be crazy, right? There are thousands and thousands and thousands of documents. So you just have to know specific historical information to support your answer, and that's outside evidence. Okay, again, it's part of the global historical process, or excuse me, that's your context. It's part of the global historical process. This is where you place your one answer in this one paragraph within that process of world history. Okay, you did that at the beginning for your prompt, which is what the whole essay is about. But here, now you're going to do it for each individual answer, and you do that within your body paragraphs. After context, you have analysis. This is where you explain why this answer addresses the prompt by describing the impact of your answer. Right? So the success of a body paragraph introduces an answer with a topic sentence, proves an answer with evidence, places it within the situation and the process of what we're doing and what we're learning about, and then you explain with your analysis why it's an answer or how it's an answer. And that's very important. You can't leave that part out because it's part of your argument development. And you'll notice paragraph 3, which is about answer 2, right, which would be the second answer that's presented in your thesis. It's the exact same format, but now you're using 3 different documents to support this second answer. But everything else is structured the same. Okay? You have your topic sentence, right, introducing your second answer. Then you begin using your documents to support your answer. And the interpretation must be explained in a way that connects to your thesis and supports it as an answer. Then you do the HIP analysis, right? The historical context, the intended audience, the purpose, and the point of view, the occasion of that document. Then you follow that with specific pieces of evidence that are found outside of the documents. Okay? And then you have context, right? How does this answer now fit into the process of world history? And lastly, analysis, right? Explaining why your answer is an answer, or the impact that your answer had, or the effect that it had on something else or another group of people or another time period. Okay, that's analysis. And all of these body paragraphs are structured the same. Paragraph 4, which is about answer 3, right? The third answer that was presented in your thesis is now the last answer that's put into your essay. Again, this is an essay. It's an argument. It's not a story. Okay, if you'll notice, I put explain information with the 7th document. That's not necessarily the 7th document given to you. That just happens to be the 7th document that you use. And it's going to be a different document. Of course, include your HIP analysis for each document and keeping the information together. But the last 2 will be 2 different documents from any of the 7 that also support your third answer. Context, right? Put this into the process of world history, and then analysis, right? Explain why your answer is an answer. So all of your body paragraphs are structured the exact same. Last is the conclusion. Okay, you want to restate your thesis in a new way. Demonstrate a connection. So here is where you link together the documents that you used as evidence by summarizing the analysis statements that are at the end of each of your body paragraphs. Okay, these analysis statements from each of your body paragraphs, you summarize those here in your conclusion, and now you've connected your evidence to your thesis. And the last thing that you want to do is an explanation. Okay, you've got to explain the importance of understanding the thesis. It's not about the importance of the thesis, but the importance of understanding the thesis. Whatever your answer is, Why is it important to understand your answer? Okay. All right, this was the module for the DBQ format. This is the outline that you need to follow when writing your DBQ essay. I hope this was helpful. Again, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to email me or come by. Okay, I'll see you guys for the next module.